The Dallas Mavericks were one of the most improved teams of the 2023 offseason. After missing the playoffs with Luka and Kyrie Irving, largely thanks to being one of the worst defensive teams in basketball, the Mavs front office made a bunch of moves to improve the team's weaknesses, signing defensive-minded players like Grant Williams and Derrick Jones Jr., as well as drafting Dereck Lively II, who is one of the best shot blockers in college basketball. On this channel, I predicted that the Mavericks would be the biggest surprise in the NBA, and so far, that prediction is coming into fruition. As this video is being recorded, the Mavs are an impressive 7-2, which has earned them the 2 seed in the Western Conference. Not only has the chemistry between Luka and Kyrie been really good, but many of the role players have stepped up. This video will go in depth to explain how the Mavericks have been so good this year. First, we gotta talk about Luka, since he's the hub of the Mavs offense. Luka is having a career season from deep, shooting 41% on his threes, and he's doing it on a high volume 10 attempts per game. What makes this even more impressive is that most of his three-pointers are self-created. Luka has one of the deadliest step backs in the game. He usually gets to his step back by driving and then retreating as the defender moves their feet to cut off his drive. This creates all the space he needs to get his shot off. And at 6'8" with a high release point, this is pretty much an unblockable shot for most defenders. Even when his step back threes are well defended with a hand in his face, it doesn't even matter because Luka is a tough shot maker. He's got a deep range too, with many of these threes coming from several feet behind the three-point line. A lot of Luka's shots come out of the pick and roll, where he often looks to drive to the rim. He's not a great vertical athlete, but thanks to his footwork, craftiness, and great touch around the rim, he's an incredible finisher when he gets in the lane. One of Luka's go-to moves when driving is to decelerate. Notice how on this drive, Luka slows down, forcing Jakob Poeltl to mistime his jump and allowing Luka to get this layup off. With the deceleration move, Luka takes advantage of his defender's momentum. Watch on this drive to the rim, Luka slows down again, absorbs the contact from his defender, and gets the and one. A lot of Luka's finishes also come from faking out defenders. On this drive, the fake pass causes Zach Collins to lose his focus, allowing Luka to score. Luka also has a deadly pump fake. On this drive, the up fake gets Jeremy Sohan in the air, allowing Luka to finish. Luka's incredible finishing allows him to be a facilitator. Defenses have to focus on him, which allows him to set up the roll man for an easy basket. He's great at throwing lob passes when the opposing big man steps up to provide help defense. Oftentimes, teams will put an extra defender in the paint to take away the lob pass, but this allows Luka to set up his shooters. Not only is Luka an incredible scorer and playmaker, but he's also been incredibly clutch this season. Luka has already hit plenty of daggers to put opposing teams to bed, and so far this season, he's shooting a ridiculous 72% in the clutch. Overall, Luka is playing the best basketball of his career. If he sustains this, he may end up winning his first MVP award. As good as Luka has been this year, the Mavs would not be this dominant without the play of Kyrie Irving. Jason Kidd usually staggers the Kyrie and Luka minutes, allowing Kyrie to run the show while Luka is on the bench. Now, if you look at Kyrie's numbers, his scoring and efficiency is down across the board. The drop-off in his numbers might make you think that Kyrie is having a down season, but he's still impacting the game at a high level. While his scoring is down, Kyrie's passing has been very good, which is why he's averaging nearly 7 assists per game. Kyrie has done a great job of identifying the open shooters and cutters in the half court. His court vision has been amazing, often passing it to guys right on the money, even in traffic. A lot of Kyrie's assists have come on fast breaks. Here Kyrie brings it up in transition, and this is a nice pass to Hardaway Jr., who drives all the way to the rim for a dunk. Again, Kyrie pushes the rock in transition, and this time it's going to be Luka who's the beneficiary with the spot up three. Usually Kyrie looks to score on his drives, but this season he's making the extra pass more. On this drive, Kyrie could go for this finish, but instead he makes the extra pass to Dereck Lively, who dunks it. On this inbounds play, Kyrie drives to the rim. Notice how Gordon Hayward is sagging off his man, and Kyrie makes him pay by passing it to Grant Williams for the corner three. Kyrie's defense has also been impressive this year. Throughout his career, he's earned the reputation of a defensive liability, but he's been playing with a high effort on defense in Dallas. Not only is his man-to-man defense good, but he's been really active in the passing lanes, which is why he's averaging nearly 2 steals per game. The fact that Kyrie is defending and playmaking better than he ever has in his career is great news for the Mavs. While Kyrie is missing shots, he's missing attempts he's made his entire career. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before these open looks start knocking down. And while Kyrie has been inefficient, he's still bringing his best when the game is on the line. Kyrie is shooting 50% from the field in the clutch. The fact that Dallas has 2 of the NBA's best closers is a major reason they're the best team at finishing games. The Mavericks are currently a plus 57 in the clutch, which is the NBA's best net rating in crunch time. The stars on this team have done their part, but the role players have also made a massive difference. Derek Lively II has been a pleasant surprise. First-year big men tend to struggle as they get adjusted to the NBA, but Lively has held it down. He's an absolute physical specimen at the center position. Lively reportedly has a 40-inch vertical, and he's also 7'1" with go-go gadget arms as he has an enormous 7'8" wingspan. That insane physical profile makes Lively a great lob target. He's been a great complement to Luka in the pick and roll, where he can easily catch and throw down alley-oops when defenders commit to Luka on his drives. Lively has also used that size and athleticism to dominate the boards, especially on the offensive glass. And these offensive rebounds don't just become pass-outs to his teammates, he's also scoring a lot of putbacks. Lively has also used that size and length to block and alter the shots of driving players. The Mavs desperately needed a defensive-minded big man, as that was one of their biggest weaknesses from last season, and so far, Lively has been that enforcer in the paint that Dallas needs. This isn't to say he's been perfect, he's still pretty foul prone, but the Mavs defense is better this year largely thanks to him. Another role player that's thriving on this team is Grant Williams. Not only is his scoring up from when he was in Boston, but he's been an amazing complement to the star duo on this team. When you're playing next to Kyrie and Luka, you're going to get a ton of open shots, as those guys tend to draw a lot of double teams and extra defensive attention. And so far, he's been lights out from downtown, draining 52% of his three-pointers. He's been amongst the NBA's best snipers, currently tied for the 8th most made three-pointers this season. Not only have his threes been automatic, but they've also been timely, with Williams hitting several big shots for the Mavs in the clutch this year. Overall, he's been an amazing fit. Another free agency pickup from last year that's thriving is Derrick Jones Jr. Typically, you don't expect veteran minimum players to move the needle, but Derrick Jones Jr. has given Dallas some serious two-way value. For most of his career, he's been a defensive specialist that's come off teams' benches, but Jones has been a good starter for this Mavs team. A big reason he's starting has been his outside shooting. That's been a big weakness in his game for most of his career, as he's only a career 30% three-point shooter, but this season he's hitting 37% from deep and doing it on solid volume at 4 attempts per game. But not only is Derrick Jones Jr. a good shooter, but he's also an excellent cutter. He won't just stand at the three-point line. If he sees his man lose focus on him, he'll cut hard to the basket, and his athleticism allows him to effortlessly finish above the rim. Overall, he's been a nice 3-and-D wing for this Mavs team in their starting lineup. We also have to talk about Tim Hardaway Jr. because he's been an awesome 6-man, averaging 18 a game off the bench. He's been really aggressive looking for a shot this season. The Mavs run him off a lot of screens to get him open, and he's been automatic, draining 39% of his threes on high volume. Hardaway is a great shooter, but a lot of his scoring also comes from attacking the basket. He's very athletic, so he can put the ball on the deck and finish strong at the rim. He's got a quick first step, so when defenders close out hard to take away his three ball, he could attack the defender and finish with a dunk. Hardaway is the type of player pretty much any contender would want. He can come off the bench, get hot, and completely change the momentum of games. If he keeps this up, he could easily find himself winning the 6th Man of the Year award. So that's the main core of players. As of now, the Mavericks are firing on all cylinders, but are they legit contenders? One big issue with this team is the fact that they're still pretty bad defensively. Yes, they've been better from last year, but they still rank just 24th in defensive rating. And typically, teams that go on to win the championship are good on both ends of the floor. One silver lining is the fact that this Mavs team has shown that they can defend when they want to. They rank 15th in second half defense in the league. In several of the Mavs wins this season, the first half defense was piss poor, but in the second half, they turn up the defensive intensity, which helps to lead to the win. Defense is largely effort, and if the Mavs want to be true contenders, they have to play with a high level of defensive intensity through all 4 quarters of basketball. But what do you think of this Dallas Mavericks team? Are they legit championship contenders? Let me see your thoughts down below in the comment section. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more amazing content just like it, please drop a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. It also helps me out a ton. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all next video.